welcome to another game of Sky Factory 4. So this right here is going to be a walkthrough tutorial of pretty much how to play Sky Factory 4 Skyblock style. And I already have a really good seed, which I'll be able to sit there and show you which one to use, which is the 1992 seed. A very good seed, it works really well. I will be showing a quick example though of what we'll be working with. This is my first seed where I started to play the game itself and pretty much did all the trials and errors of trying to learn it. And as you can see here, we have loaded into my first, pretty much, well, I'm going to say the first, but my mini trials and errors to where I got the, where I kind of wanted it to have the main area. So yes, you'll be learning how to have your trees set up a certain way, how to have your little station area to where you can make cobblestone generators, a mob farm, and pretty much get your little garden going. So as you can see right here, we have a garden of all varieties of fruit. It doesn't need to be that big, to be honest. Once you start getting certain things going, you'll see these are just kind of like extra things I end up making that, I mean, in the long run, you don't really need them. They're just there for decoration. This is the cobblestone generator, where if you set it up right, you'll be able to farm out 2 cobblestones that end up in a chest. You'll be able to have your own little fishing pond. This was a failed project of trying to get mobs, passive mob spawn. Obviously I built it too far up, and on top of that too, wrong type of biome, so unfortunately nothing's going to spawn there. Then over here is my mob spawner where I got all my hostile mobs. It's pretty much a drop point where they will literally fall to their death. So this is my 3x3 right here. And there's different types of mobs in this version of Skyblock, so you'll run into some interestingly new mobs like androids and what was the other one? Oh, blaze, different types of blaze, not like your flame blaze, like they're like dirt blaze, like they actually hurt, and they can be out in the sun. It's ridiculous. But lucky enough, if you build this mob farm, you won't have to worry about running into those, so you can pretty much foolproof your area to only have mobs spawning in areas that you want them to spawn. You can get endermans. They are a little bit more harder to try to get in general to kill, but there is a way to get them. And as you see, I'm under this nice little protection I got going on, so if they were to spawn right in front of me, I can just kind of swipe them without them hurting me, because if I try doing it right there, they can hurt me because they got long arms. And this is the map thing. You'll be able to easily access that by pressing J. We go over that anyway during the next, when I get to the beginning of the tutorial. 30 blocks. So this is a 30 block drop. And as you can see, that out there is me trying to, once again, trying to get passive mobs. It didn't go that well. Like I said, wrong biome. Okay, so pretty much start the game, create a new world, and choose the seed 1992. So that's literally what you're going to put in the seed section, and also when it has the different nodes of Skyblocks, choose the one that says tutorial. It's literally right underneath the normal one. So you're going to have normal, Terra, graph, and then you're going to have tutorial. Choose the tutorial. It's a good starting point, especially if you're trying to get into Skyblock like how I was. And you'll start off pretty much just like this, and you're going to start off in the plains biome, which is like the perfect sweet spot. So this way you'll be able to get all the majority of mobs that you need just to kind of get things going and rolling. So once you get all that going, you know, break down the trees, get your crafting table going. All that right there is pretty much guidance to help you figure out how to build particular things, but that's pretty overwhelming if you don't know what you're looking for. But as you see, if you click it, it'll show you the ingredients to make it. But this is what this kind of walkthrough is for, to kind of go over all the basic stuff that you will want to know to proceed forward, so this way you're not lost in the dark in general, because the tutorial itself that it tries to give you, and it only explains so much. So make some planks. After you make your planks, you're going to then make your crooks. You want to make your crooks because if you don't make your crooks and you break the leaves with your bare hands, especially when you first start, you might not get a sapling because you need saplings in order to proceed forward. So break all those, you'll get a sapling like so, and then place it. And of course, try to expand your base. I started from the outside, and then I kind of worked my way in. And this is just kind of to make sure I guarantee catch everything. Now, technically, with this tutorial space, it does give you the right amount of space to be able to catch everything, but I like to expand even further beyond that of what needs to be expanded. So, once you sit there and grow a couple trees and everything, you should have enough to sit there and start making your first dirt. So your first dirt combo is going to start off like this right here. And you don't have to follow exactly how I'm doing it, but this for me, like I said, is trial and error to get the maximum amount of tree leaves, because you're going to need that so you can get as many acorns as possible. This is how my setup kind of works. Now, in order to put blocks nearby tables, stuff that you use for bench tables and furnaces, just hold shift and then just click it, and that way you won't go into the actual crafting table, and you can just place blocks right beside it. So very useful to know. Don't worry about building a wooden axe or anything like that, because that's just a waste of resources at this very time. You will have plenty of time to build you an axe or whatever. The only thing you need to be, like I said, is that crooks. So once you get some saplings going, you're pretty much good and golden. You don't even need the crooks anymore, because at that point you'll have plenty of saplings. It's just that very first initial, because I did had a run where I tried starting it up again and I got no saplings, so I was just stuck. I had to restart all the way over because I'm like, wow, I didn't get not one sapling. Got everything else, but no sapling. Oh, and those yellow X's that you're seeing, that right there, if you press F7, you'll be able to sit there and see where potential mobs can spawn. So that does help and lets you kind of know like how far off you can go. Now, just to keep in mind that after 23 blocks, if you're 23 blocks away, a mob will spawn. So obviously you want to kind of keep moving around between a 23 block zone area, because if you stand in a corner for too long and you're 23 blocks away from a surface area that's not lit up, yeah, expect a mob to spawn. And it's not a good mob, it's a hostile mob. Like, you won't get no passive mob spawning where you wish that it would spawn at. So you will get to getting good passive mobs. But for the time being, you don't have to worry about any mob spawning on you right at that moment, because there's no way you'll have 23 blocks yet. But if you keep building along and kind of follow what I got going on, you will eventually reach that maximum amount. But you still shouldn't get no mobs. Like I said, just as long as you're moving around within that 23 block area, you shouldn't have to worry about it. Just don't be standing near the corner. This is what your tutorial book should look like. You should have that in your inventory. As you can see, this is where we have progressed so far. I'm going to show you how to progress literally all the way to iron. Because that's as far as I was able to get to tutorial wise, because I'm still working on the rest of it. This was like 7 hours of trying to like speed run all the stuff that I've done. It took me like a couple days to sit there and figure out and do. So what could take somebody else maybe a couple minutes to do, it took me hours, because, well, even still after knowing everything I need to know, yeah, it still takes quite a bit of time. But so you want to see the boring, tedious task of me consistently breaking blocks and leaves. If you want to see that, though, watch me on my Twitch channel. There's the full raw video of me doing all this stuff, block by block. So if you really want a step-by-step tutorial, you can watch that on Twitch. Every little moment of me breaking a block, knowing where to place it, and of course, the most best part of all, the whispers of my voice. um, you're wondering why you don't see an X on that one block slab right there is because, well, that's just letting you know that mobs won't spawn on a bottom slab block. So if you put it as a top, as you can see, there's an X because that's the top part of the block. Mobs can spawn, but on a bottom, they won't be able to spawn. That will be coming in handy to know, especially when trying to make a pathway or whatever, because you don't want to have it exposed, especially if you don't have enough torches lit up. There's a way to make a pathway where it's pretty much spawn proof, where nothing will spawn in that area and you don't even need torches. So this is kind of like a little bit more bigger of a span area. As you can see, I put the extra dirts, which you'll only need 4 more extra dirts, and a total of 5 dirts. And that will be pretty much all the dirt you'll really need to make to expand your area. So pretty much I made mine like a big plus. So 1 block away from the gray on each side, north, east, and west. And then I got the one in the middle. And that's literally the perfect amount of spacing you want anyway, so that way your trees can get the full amount of growth and you get the full amount of leaves, so that way you can get as many acorns as possible. So once you achieve this, you'll be pretty good. Now you would think, oh no, like look at all this yellow, you're gonna get mob spawns. It's like, no, I'm not even near the 23 block mark yet. You can expand quite a bit before you even reach that, which I will eventually skip to that part next. After, yeah, we pass all these hiccups. Oh, and another thing too, if you're wondering how to sit there and grow the trees faster, so that gray strip right there pretty much gives you a walking speed boost, which can help with growing your tree faster, or you can just press shift rapidly, which can also help grow the tree faster, which I recommend doing that when you first start because of the fact that, well, you don't want to run off your stage. I've done that already. It's not fun. You won't die in the void because the void will just spit you right back out, but you'll be falling really fast. It's like Portal. You're gonna hit full velocity, full terminal velocity speed, and you will take damage. So right now I'm kind of just doing that, teabagging the ground, and I'm growing trees while teabagging. Ta-da! So just keep that in mind. So I'm already starting the progress of literally getting cobblestone, where all I have to do now is just petrify the acorns. So by making that rack, which is literally just making planks, then making slabs, and then using those slabs going across by 3, and then you'll get those racks. So right now I'm just making it to where I can at least get the bare minimum of 4 racks going. So once I have 4 racks and do that twice, that will give me the amount of having 9 petrified acorns, and then from there I can start making petrified saplings and then making cobblestone, which is your next progression of what you'll need. So right here I'm about to show you how to make the petrified sapling, which is pretty simple. You take 9 acorns, petrified acorns, you put your dirt sapling in, bam, there is your petrified sapling. And as you see, I expand the area quite a bit there. I pretty much do end up expanding it to being I would say like a 20 by 20. So it does get pretty wide, and literally just by counting from the gray area and then counting out by 10, that's pretty much what I end up doing. I think I end up making it by 9 by 9, but there's an area where like I went like 1 extra row, 2 more, so it's like a 9 by 9 by 9 by 10, and I'm like, whatever, it still works. So this is a small progression of how to make shears. Literally one plank, 4 sticks in a little L shape. You will be needing those shears later. That's what's going to help you make dirt, because you'll be using it to shear the leaves on the tree, as you're about to see right now. This is literally the process that if you do it ahead of time, it helps, because you will be needing it a little bit later. but I'm just doing it now ahead of time because I don't really need all those particular, I don't need the saplings or acorns. So yeah, if you do cut the leaves with the shears, you won't get any acorns or anything like that. You just get the actual block leaves. So it's good to have those ahead of time, and like I said, you'll see why. Alright, so at this point right now, I'm about to go ahead and show you how to make use of cobblestone. So you do a little bit of this, you do a little bit of that, and then bam. It's kind of the same way exactly how you would make dirt. So with this, now things can really get rolling. Cobblestone, getting cobblestone itself is probably the longest thing on here. If you watch the Twitch, you'll know. I spent a lot of time just growing trees to get this. It was not easy. That's all I can say. It was not easy. So if you do have enough acorns, dirt-wise, you can eat the dirt acorns. You can even eat any other acorns to get food, and you can roast the acorns too to get double the amount of food out of it. Yeah, don't eat your bacon. Don't eat your bagel. I should have probably said that from the beginning. Don't eat any of those because you'll need that to make a tree, so that way you can grow more bacon and more bagels. And I love my bacon, so that's kind of important for me to want to, hold on to that bacon to grow more bacon. I can go ahead and finally start making torches. So you put some regular wood in there, and then you'll get charcoal. Charcoal can then be combined with a stick. Bam. Of course, my thing. Bam, and then bam, you got torches. Yay! And with that, you now can expand your area as far as you want. Like I said, it's not really recommended to make your first area super big, but you do want it slightly big enough to where you can add like a little mini base in your center area if you want to. I particularly added me a base in my center area just because it makes it convenient, since I will be spending a lot of time there. And of course, once you make your charcoal, then you can pretty much have an infinite supply of charcoal. So there's your first generator right there, making infinite amount of charcoal by pretty much having an infinite amount of wood. So with this, I can now expand the area to sit there and, keep any mobs from growing or spawning in my area. And of course, if you turn on F7, you can then see from there where mobs can potentially spawn. So I recommend having that on, because pretty much at this point, keeping it on at this point once you can have torches helps, because obviously if you see yellow X's, you want to place a torch nearby that area. So once everything's all lit up, you'll be good. And of course, also keep track of your roof, because that will also spawn mobs. So that's why I'm tearing down this, because I don't really need to have the whole little dry rack anymore. So I'm just tearing it down just because, it's better to have it down than have it up. I can reuse the wood. And there is a way to turn off all that particle stuff if you don't like that. I do end up turning it off. All you have to do is press X or hold X, and as you can see, you'll pop up that screen, and just slide your mouse over to the right, and it'll turn off the particles so that we can get that nice crisp snap like you see there. And you will have to do that with every item, because every item has the whole particle block turned on. Unless you go through options, you can probably just turn it all off from the beginning, but I did not bother to do that. I just do it one thing at a time, because once you turn it off for one, it turns off for all. So. Alright, so remember I was talking about them safety rails? Well, this is that time. So this is what safety rails are. It's literally fence. That's it. It's just a fence. Like I said, if you're not big on getting that, that's fine. But for me, I need them because I have the potential of falling off edges. I live life on the edge a little too much. So I need it. If you want to, make a safety rail, I recommend it. That's how you would make it. And of course, once you reach your satisfied expansion area, as you can see for here, I expanded up to, like I said, that 9 by 9 by 9 by 10. And then of course I just place it along the edge. So this way, if I'm ever looking up and just somehow walking about and not paying attention, I won't fall off the edge because I have a tendency to stargaze and just be walking while I'm placing down blocks above my head, and I will walk right off the edge. And because we don't have water at the moment, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. And there you have it, folks. This is what it looks like when it's completely done. I have lit up all my edges and everything. So this is kind of what you want to achieve right here with your base. So once you get up to this point right here, congratulations, you have made a big square. I mean, you can make any shape you want, but I recommend a square. I like squares, but that's only because of symmetry. But unfortunately, my symmetry is a little bit off because I'm blind. But it's okay though. You can make it however you want. You can make a circle if you want to, but just be aware that you know, it's kind of hard to kind of keep yourself from falling off. But square is just way more effective on just the start of this all. So once you get all that going, you will pretty much be able to start the next progression, and that will probably be the next video itself.